Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Hacking with Friends. Today I have my friend and computer science student Tim here to
Hello.
help me design some payloads for Windows because I know a bit about the Wi-Fi duck, which we're going to be using today, but I don't know a lot about Windows. So we're going to be learning about how to create Windows payloads that you can use on this incredibly cheap, well, it's a set of two microcontrollers that acts as a keyboard when you plug it into someone's computer. Now the cool thing here is I could plug this into, in this case, my computer, and Tim can connect to it over Wi-Fi and then basically write and drop payloads onto my computer wirelessly. And we've tested this and it works from a really long ways away, especially with a directional Wi-Fi antenna. So if you're looking to do an interesting Wi-Fi attack, but you don't know what operating system the victim has, this is the perfect tool for being able to connect to it and then run PowerShell payloads, or maybe something like Red Rabbit, which allows us to, provided the computer is connected to a Wi-Fi network or has internet, just run it directly in PowerShell without doing much of any preparation.
Mm-hmm. Can I see that?
Yeah. So
this is 3 microcontrollers.
All right, so this is the kit for making one of these, and there's a couple of different options for the Wi-Fi duck. Now, our friend Stefan made this, and what it is actually 2 microcontrollers. One of them is an 18 mega 34U, and it is in the form factor of a SparkFun Pro Micro. So it's this little Arduino microcontroller that there's some other form factors as well with the same chip that works the same way, but this is basically capable of acting like a keyboard. And when you plug this in, you can select, you can use this basically as a standalone USB rubber ducky, plug it in, and it can mimic any sort of keyboard, an Apple keyboard, a Microsoft keyboard, like whatever vendor you want it to pretend to be, and then inject keystrokes. Well, Stefan was just like, hey, why don't I just slap that sucker together with an ESP8266 that makes this really beautiful, nice interface and also saves all of our payloads and makes it so we can basically write a payload for every operating system and then just click on which one we want to run. And I'll just make a printed circuit board that connects the two together.
Oh, just like an interface? Just
exactly.
Interfaces the two? Okay, cool.
Exactly. So on one side, this goes and gets soldered on, and on the other side, this one gets soldered on, and you can use whichever pin height you want. So I have some that are like really fat and using like long pins, and some that are really like skinny. That's one of my skinniest ones that I've made. I use short pins for this. So there's also a board that's available that actually was made custom for the Wi-Fi duck. So it actually looks like something that's a little bit more normal. And there's a forthcoming project I know of but can't talk about that is about kind of iterating this and making it actually look like the original USB rubber ducky, or look a little bit more like something that's just a normal USB thumb drive instead of this monstrosity. Because this, I mean, if you came back from the bathroom and this was plugged into your computer, you would probably be alarmed.
Yeah, this looks very, does not look friendly.
Right, exactly. It's all prickly too. It looks like an evil.
It like hurts when you touch it too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so if you grab it, it hurts you. So I soldered this together, I think at the C3 conference when Stefan and I were showing this off amongst other things, and he made a series of these printed circuit boards that you can actually have made yourself. It's really cheap to order circuit boards, and you can use the design to just put together these 2 microcontrollers, and this also works with other ESP8266 based microcontrollers as well, such as the Node MCU. So Stefan's even been really clever and made these printed circuit boards different sizes. So if you get a different version of the Node MCU that's wider, I don't have one available to show, but if you get the wider version, it has holes for that too, so it'll fit both versions. So there's a couple different versions of the Node MCU available, and people frequently will like see, oh, the version 3, that looks like the best version because it's better than the version 2, but it's like really thick and doesn't really fit on breadboards very well, and it's kind of like cheaply made. It's more of just like it's cheaper for them to make it. So the version 2 is actually better for most projects, but because so many people get tricked by that, he was nice enough to make a printed circuit board that accommodates both. So even if you're just getting started and you want to try this out, I think that these are between $3 and $5. So the SparkFun Pro Micro, and then also these ESP8266s, if you get a bunch of them from like AliExpress or something, you'll find that these are like maybe like $2 to $5. And you can get them on Amazon for like a pack of 2 of them for like $10 or something like that. So these are really, really cheap and fun. A kit for these might cost you, if you just want to use breadboards to connect these together, like maybe like 20, $30, like if you want to get the breadboards and the wires to connect these together. So you can build one of these that works for really cheap. And if you want to solder them together, you can just order a cheap PCB, solder them together with really like short header pins and get this kind of like slim, yet still very evil looking design. And while it might not look nice, it's super, super cheap. And it has all the abilities that we're about to test out. So imagine this sort of scenario. I could maybe go into an office that has a bunch of medical information that I'm being paid to be a penetration tester and prove I can get access to it. And I want to copy all the files. And I know the receptionist has access to everyone's scheduling and correspondence where they send out all the tests and whatever, the test results. So I would go in and then maybe fax them something or do a call or ask them for something that requires them to go into another room and check some records, and then plug this into the back of a computer, maybe the receptionist's computer, in a place that's hard to see. Maybe the back of the computer where all the keyboards and stuff are plugged in. Now imagine that from now a half mile away with a directional antenna, I'm able to, well, the default payload might just be to move the mouse back and forth a tiny amount that you can't actually see, but would keep the screen from locking, so that I know that when she goes home for the night, or he goes home for the night, when I'm a half mile away with an antenna pointed directly at it, I can then tell the Wi-Fi duck, hey, start dumping all the credentials of this computer, start going into the email, the Azure, the Active Directory, like all that stuff, and like finding as much interesting information as I can get to exfiltrate, and then start dumping it over a Wi-Fi connection. Because at that point, you can have all this threatening stuff on the screen and no one is around in the office to really see it. So there's a lot of ways that you could use a tool like this if you're a clever penetration tester to also get around not knowing what type of target you're going to be up against. You could have a target of opportunity where you're like, oh, this person has a Windows computer. I'm set up to attack a Linux computer. Oh no. Well, you could just have all your scripts on this, plug it in, and then from your phone, connect, go to the web interface, select your Windows payload, select, press run, and suddenly you're running payloads on that computer. So I love this tool. I think it's super fun. And we are lazy and we use this as just a copy and paste tool between computers. So like if there's something that I'm just like, oh my God, I want to copy it. What's the fastest way to get you like a small amount of information? But just take the Wi-Fi duck. Just throw it over, plug it into your computer, and your friend pastes it in. And then, whatever piece of information you needed to send to your friend's computer, maybe a really long URL, this works for that too. So if you're doing automatic updates of a whole bunch of computers, you can pre-configure this so that it runs the same script each time you plug it in. But if, let's say you have like 10 computers to update and they're all different operating systems, you could plug it in, go to the interface, press which operating system it is, and it's really a fast way of automating scripting in general. Not just malicious scripting, this can be used for good scripting as well. So yeah, if there's anything you need to do a whole bunch of times or repetitiously, or that you can schedule, like things that have to be clicked on like repeatedly, stuff like that, then this is also a tool that allows you to interact with the keyboard and mouse in a way that this thinks that a human is doing it, and that gives it a whole bunch of trust. Because some of the things we're going to do today, if a program was doing it and it wasn't what the computer thinks is a person doing it, the antivirus would freak out and flag and say, you can't do that because this looks suspicious. But if a person is the one doing that and clicking OK and saying I accept and whatever else, then the computer is supposed to let you do that because you're the owner of the computer. You should be able to do what you want. And it's really taking advantage of the fact that the computer can't really tell when a keyboard is plugged in, whether it's a malicious actor or if it's someone who,
wants to automate
stuff. Or is like getting into the features of the computer that might be more powerful and allow you to really do some bad stuff if it was used incorrectly.
Cool, very cool.
All right. So what I'm going to do then is let's use the Wi-Fi duck. I have already flashed it, and if you want to find out how to flash it, you can check out our last live stream with Stefan. And I'm going to plug this into my computer here. All right. It's powered up. Right there. Now, whoa, stop moving. Okay, so as far as my computer knows, there's now a keyboard plugged into it. And one thing to note, you have to plug the Pro Micro side in. You can't plug in the ESP8266 side because the Pro Micro side is the one, remember, that actually acts as the keyboard. The ESP8266 is just providing an interface and controlling the other microcontroller that does the keyboard stuff. So it's really the ESP8266 is just really, really cool and useful, but not the main player in this. It's really the Pro Micro that you have to have plugged in when you're actually doing the attack. Otherwise, you'll get the web interface, but nothing will work.
That's the thing that's pretending to be the keyboard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the first time I did this, I plugged in the wrong microcontroller, and it was just like nothing works like this. And I was harassing Stefan and just like, nice job wasting my time, Stefan. Dumb project, nerd. And then it turns out I just had the wrong microcontroller plugged in, and everything worked fine. And I had all these angry messages I had to walk back. It's like, well, it wasn't clear, Stefan. Just be aware that you can make a couple mistakes on this that just make it seem like it's not working. In this case, a USB cable that doesn't support data, that's just power only, that is the second thing.
Gotta watch out for those.
Yeah, that will prevent you from getting this working. So if the web interface is working, but none of your commands are running on the screen, try a different USB cable. Seriously, it happens all the time, and I can't tell you how many times I've had to.
Power only USB cables are the bane of our existence.
Yeah, it sucks. And cheap data ones can get damaged over time as well, where they have to be in the right angle or whatever to work. So if you have a bad USB cable, that can also be the cause of this, because there's a couple points of communication. Tim, as the attacker, has to communicate with the ESP, and then the microcontroller, the Pro Micro, has to communicate over the USB cable to my computer, pretending to be a keyboard. If any part of that chain fails, then none of this will work. So the first thing you should do, if everything else is working and you can connect to the ESP, but you can't interact with the Pro Micro, is probably just test out the cable. All right, so we have it plugged in.
Basic debugging steps.
Yep. So we have it plugged in.
Steps.
And let's go over to your screen.
All right. Okay. Let's go to the desktop.
And let's take a look at the available Wi-Fi networks.
All right. So there's quite a few of them right now. I'm on Foges only. Oh, I'm assuming it's this one.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm going to uncheck that box.
Yeah, I think that's it. Go ahead and connect. I think that's it.
Is it?
Yeah, type in Wi-Fi duck. I think... I don't think that's it. Maybe. Let's try it. Yeah, let's try it. Scroll down, though. Is there a Wi-Fi duck one as well?
Nope.
Maybe I renamed it.
So what is it? Just
it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be Wi-Fi duck. I don't know where you're seeing this hack me. I think you're just being provoked. I think someone.
You're trying to punk me, Kody?
Yeah, I think someone is out to try to get you to do something you're not supposed to do.
Yeah, I don't know if that. Oh, I mean, it connected. It says no internet though, but obviously that makes sense.
Try it anyway. So let's go to a browser and then go to 192.168.4.1.
See, 4.1.
Oh, cool. Okay, so we changed it to hack me. So, all right, that's cool. So if you go to the settings tab, then you can see where we can customize all this stuff. So we went over this a little bit last time, but if we wanted to change the SSID, we could change it here. If we wanted to change the password, we could change it there. The channel we're operating on, if there's a ton of different networks operating on that channel, then it might be congested and slow. We could switch that to one that's not being used. We can also disable or enable the auto run script. So what that means is we basically turn it into a USB rubber ducky where it automatically runs.
There's a script loaded and then it just runs it.
Exactly. So we can also do updates to it here, which is really cool. So we can do Wi-Fi updates to the ESP. And that's really awesome because if you want to update the code on the ESP8266, which controls the Pro Micro, so the code on that changes, the interface code changes more than the Pro Micro code changes, then you can just do that from the web interface. You actually don't have to plug it in and run it through Arduino and all that stuff. You can just do it right there.
Will the auto run script, will that flash it for you or?
No, the auto run script is just so that when you plug it in, it automatically runs whatever the pre-selected main script is. So it's just saying, but the update is to update the firmware on the Wi-Fi duck.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So if you go back to the main, you can see that there's some Bighorn sheep scripts.
Yeah, I remember those.
And if you scroll down, you can see probably one of these scripts. Oh wow, there's a lot.
Yeah, this is the super long one that I made.
What is? Whoa, what is that?
This is trying to steal your Chrome passwords. It didn't work on your computer. It worked on mine, but it didn't work on yours.
Okay, well maybe we'll just watch it fail. But
I mean, do you want it?
Yeah, let's try it, but not quite yet. Let's scroll down and take a look at the fundamentals of what we're going to be working with today. No.
Just okay to the
Yeah,
bottom.
there we
Oh,
go.
okay, cool.
All right, so we have all of our functions, and this is stuff like remarks, which is comments. We have delay, which is critical for making sure the timing of our script works. And anytime that we're working with a device like this, it moves really, really quickly. It basically moves so quickly that the computer will like pop up an interface option, and because we'll have already responded by the time it loads, it's just like a person would never respond that quickly. So it just breaks everything basically.
Mhm.
And we can use delays to fix that timing issue and make it basically have a built-in delay that's appropriate for a human user to avoid triggering any defenses, or also to avoid accidentally just breaking our flow.
Personally, I put delays in between every single command.
Yeah,
like sometimes very small, depending on what it is, but at least between every single one.
Yeah, I've even gone so far as to like create variables and have like different types of delays for like different types of commands. It's just like it really, this is like if this is like an engine, like this is like delays are the oil, and if you don't have them, the whole thing can come to a crunching halt because there's just not enough distance between the different commands, and they start running into each other, and one can cancel out the other.
Right, you'll write a bunch of like something in a string on like the wrong window.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
Yeah, so probably the most fundamental thing you guys need to be using when writing these scripts is delays. Because if you just try to do everything all as one big long series of commands, they're all going to get jumbled up. And before the first one is even done executing, you'll have entered your second one, and it just gets very
I didn't even know there was a default delay command. Is that from the original Ducky?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't even know. Well,
Stefan might have made some additions as well. But yeah, I think Darren did that. So you can also do repeat, which is great. So you can do loops of previous parts of code, which is really cool. You can set the locale. So the locale means you're setting up the keyboard for any particular type of keyboard. So if you're listening in Germany, you would use DE. If you are listening in the UK, you would use GB. If you're listening in the US, you would use US. If you're listening in Spain, you would use ES, etc. So this basically allows you to work with the local keyboard layout. And the problem here is if you are in the United States and you're using a German keyboard layout, none of your payloads are going to work, because it's going to be typing out on a keyboard layout that makes no sense, and you're going to type gibberish. So one of the things you need to be aware of when you're doing this is to set the keyboard to whatever layout you want it. The default, I believe, is United States, which is very nice of you, Stefan. But if you want to change it to another language, then you just run the locale, and it'll go ahead and swap the keyboard layout, which is really cool. As you can see also, there's a way to type in, actually scroll up a little bit, type in a specific hex key code. So if you want to get really specific with what's being typed, you can even type in key codes here. So that's like, a little bit extra, but if you wanted to be specific and use like unusual characters or something, then that's something that you could do.
Cool. And then, yeah, these are just obviously all the keys you can type, any key on the keyboard, the letters, capital letters, numbers, the modifier keys.
And you can compound these as well. So you can do like Control C or Shift A or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
So basically, you can think of this as all the different things you would have. Oh, actually, you want to see something cool?
Sure.
All right, scroll to the bottom of your script. Okay, now click at the bottom. Press Enter twice. Okay, now scroll down, and let's build a script from clicks. I didn't know you could do this, but Stefan just showed me. All right, so stop. Let's do a default delay. Just click on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for real. Okay. Scroll back up. Let's see if it works.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, isn't that cool? So Stefan showed me today that if you're going down and if this is your first time and you want to like basically copy and paste, you can click on any of these commands and it'll automatically populate it for you.
Very nice.
Yeah, so you can basically build a script completely just by clicking.
Wow, wow, good job, Stefan.
Right? Yeah, it's very much just like Lego blocks. So if you're a beginning hacker, or if you're just getting into programming and you want to try this project, I personally love it because think of it this way. If you're making your first program, you can think about something you do on your computer every day. Maybe opening a browser and going and logging into a certain website or something. If you can pop a Duckyscript that does that, you're on your way to being able to write these sorts of payloads and understand how this sort of attack works. So if you just think of all the steps you need to do in order to do that, look at the timing that's necessary between each one and write down those steps as a line of Duckyscript one by one and observe the effects. After a couple of iterations, which again are really fast on this platform because you can just see the effect immediately, then it becomes very simple to get better at this and make your scripts more and more effective, or even just automate friendly things so that stuff you do all the time might be able to be done very quickly in a compressed payload.
Very cool. All right, do you wanna try writing some payloads?
Yeah, but you know what? Just for the sake of simplicity, let's run a couple of them on your computer if you know that they work first.
This one, well, I can't do this one because then everyone's gonna see my passwords. I can do that, but then you won't see anything juicy. I mean, you'll see the PowerShell window pop up, and you'll see it doing stuff, but you won't see my passwords.
Okay, so you'll have to take our word on this that it's going to do everything but the password. Here, I'm going to unplug it, and I'm going to plug it into your computer.
Okay.
Just that way we don't have to switch back and forth. And it's
Yeah.
going to fail on my computer anyway, so if it's going to fail, we might as well see all the steps work up until the point where it would have showed the passwords.
Hopefully it doesn't fail on my
So what is the
computer.
name of this tool, by the way?
The tool that I'm using?
Mm-hmm.
Chrome Pass?
Chrome Pass.
Yeah. It's basically just a PowerShell script that extracts your saved Chrome passwords from, I think, like a SQLite database somewhere saved on your computer, and exfiltrates them.
Cool. Okay.
It's supposed to exfiltrate them. The script is old and kind of broken, but I was kind of able to get it to work. It's supposed to be able to exfiltrate them onto another machine. I couldn't get that to work, but I can get it to work like on the same machine.
Okay.
Which is significantly less useful, but it's,
Could you run me through the steps of what's happening in the script?
Sure.
It doesn't look. It's a little long, but it doesn't look that long.
Yeah, so all that's happening is right here it's pressing the start and the S key, so it's basically searching. Then it's typing in PowerShell. I mean, you can type in all PowerShell. And then it's doing Control-Shift-Enter, so it opens PowerShell in administrative mode. And then...
So you can chain 3 keys together.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Stefan.
You can, the left key is when you try to open PowerShell in administrative mode, a window pops up and says, are you sure you want to do this?
So you're popping an administrative PowerShell session with this first part of the script.
Yeah, so this part is just opening PowerShell in administrator mode and confirming.
Okay.
Wow.
So like Windows tried to be secure by being like, "Are you sure you want to run this PowerShell? Do you want to confirm?" And it takes you two or three lines.
Yeah, I mean, we're like getting not regarding the delays. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very easy. I mean, because it trusts a keyboard. So then we navigate to the root directory. We save a variable as the URL of the GitHub repo. We save it as a zip file. Right here, we download it using that variable that we saved.
Got it.
And the zip file location that we saved. Then we we extract the zip file. Then we navigate to it. We download some dependencies right here using pip install. Then we start the main the main script inside of the GitHub repo is the create server Python file. So we just execute that with a Python command. And then after that, we basically everything after that is us interacting with the menu that tool has. So I forgot exactly what everything is, but there's like option 1 and option 2. So it types in 2. And then it asks us for an IP address we want to exfiltrate to, so I give it that IP address. And then it's like a yes, no, and I type a no. And then, after that, it basically finds all your passwords and then saves 2 files, a server file and a client file, which is supposed to be for exfiltration. It doesn't really work, but in order to still get the passwords, I have to run it. So I run that. But I run it asynchronously so that I can also look at the passwords at the same time. Because if I were to just run this, what would happen is it would just run forever until it would just run forever. And I need it to be running in order to also run this script, because the two need to communicate with each other.
Okay.
So I have to run it asynchronously. In order to do that, I use the start job command.
Useful.
Yeah,
okay,
and then after
cool.
that, I would normally just normally do string at cat passwords.txt, and that would obviously just display all the passwords on the screen, but we're not going to do that.
Could you, is there like a command to like base 64 the output so you can just see that something's there?
There is, probably.
But then everyone could just unbase 64 your passwords. Okay,
That's
never
true,
mind.
yeah. Okay. All right, so you just want to run it as is?
Yeah, let's run it as it. So this is, wait, it's disconnected. So you're going to have to reconnect.
Yeah. We can see if passwords.test exists by doing this. Oh, actually, let's do, to be more Windows-like, GCI passwords. Delay 100. Enter. Okay. Let's see. Reconnect.
No, I think you need to reconnect over Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
automatically
Foges only, no
automatically
wipers.
reconnected to Foges only.
You're going to get in trouble for that Wi-Fi network.
Why? Because all the wipers are going to get jealous?
Yes, exactly.
All right. Well, when that happens,
Every time it's taking a long time to connect, I just gently like move it. Like that helps something.
it is. Oh, there we go. All right,
Okay,
cool.
See,
Let's
it helped.
reconnect. It's the same IP address. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Cross fingers.
Here we go.
Whoa.
Whoa, PowerShell. Yes.
Whoa. All right.
So
Oh.
spawn the administrator PowerShell.
Oh. Oh, it's because I can't do it if it's connected to my.
What?
I need two Wi-Fi adapters.
What?
Because if I'm only connected to HackMe, it can't download something from the internet.
Oh yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to do it on mine.
Yeah.
Suck. Okay, fine. We'll pull
Okay.
it.
Yeah. Please. Now
All
it's
right,
just
all right.
now it's just messing up.
Go back to your Foges and Lipers channel. See if I care. All right.
Duh.
I'm gonna connect to.
Fascism. No, I stay connected to HackMe. You have to go to something else.
Oh,
Well,
fine.
you can't connect it. We're
I
just
can
gonna
do
repeat
whatever
the
I
same
want.
problem.
Okay, fine. No, I'll connect to something else. I don't know. Okay. All right. So now I have it plugged into my computer, and you can go ahead and try to reconnect.
Let's reconnect. All right, connected. Now let's try running it.
Whoa, whoa! I didn't type that. Hey! What the hell? No! Alright, well that looked bad, but at least it's over. So whatever malicious thing this did, I'm just gonna go on with my day and assume that's some sort of... Whoa, what's that? Alright, it's... Okay, well that looked terrible. Nothing red though.
Huh?
Nothing red.
What do you mean nothing real? Oh yeah, no, not yet.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure we'll get to there. We'll get to that point. It gives a lot of time for the possibility of you having to download repos.
Right. And
re-
padding's important, especially out here where the internet connection is terrible.
Yeah, so I didn't know how long to give it, so I just was generous.
Whoa. Okay, so let's create the server. I like that it congratulates you on successfully starting the server. It's like, good job. That was hard, but you've made it through.
I'm just happy that I made it this
Whoa,
far.
error. The system cannot find path selected.
Yeah, this is an error specifically with Chrome Pass. This is why Chrome Pass doesn't work. And I tried to look up some advice on the internet, and everything I tried didn't work. So...
Lame. Can we try Red Rabbit instead?
Yeah, we can do Red Rabbit.
Do it. Look up the PS, whatever that PS link was that we can just run in a terminal to get it going.
Oh, right. I'm connected to HackMe.
All right, let's switch back over to Tim's computer, and we'll create a payload that'll run maybe like the recon or something like that in Red Rabbit.
Yeah, let's do that. Or you just want to do the recon?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Or yeah.
Just because I know what you do. Hey.
What's
okay.
happening?
I think it nothing's currently happening on your computer,
Okay.
but it continued going. You can see it created the background job.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Red Rabbit, GitHub, secure the logs.
Oh, by the way, secure the logs. Thank you for reaching out on Twitter after our last live stream. We're sorry we were harsh about Blue Rabbit. But yeah, also thank you for doing some bug fixing. It turns out that after we did our live stream, he fixed a couple things like the infinitely searching password cracker.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's
so
cool.
it's super cool. We really appreciate you watching and fixing those things. It's super, super awesome to work with other developers who have interesting projects, and we love giving good attention to them. So if you're interested in a tool that's actually being maintained, you should check out Red Rabbit because, yeah, the dude fixes stuff.
Yeah, super cool. Yeah, they're a very useful tool. Thank you, man. Let's see. Let's get the raw. Speaking of the tool. Whoa! Did he create a new...
Wait, what in the...
He created a new logo.
I mean, that's beautiful. But what in the holy heck are you doing? No, go back. What? No. Go back. Go back.
Where do you want me to go back to?
Go back to the main GitHub. Heck. Frick, Tim. No, back again. Yeah. Okay, down. All right, so if you scroll down. There. Wait, there. Right there. That one-liner.
That was the same thing I was gonna do.
But
see this link right here? See this link? This is the link I was copying.
Yeah, but like it's all right there. Don't confuse the poor people with your weird way. What? Just take the whole thing, right? Just that one-liner is what you need, right? Yeah. Yes.
I can just do this.
Tim.
Okay, Kody. See?
But is that going to work on my computer too? With
Yeah,
your fancy
it
pants
should
short
work.
script?
Why wouldn't it work? I think this is just for a new PowerShell session. But if you're already in PowerShell,
wait, where would you be running that?
You could use it from command. I think
so
NLP is no profile.
Okay.
So
is that? I don't know, Tim. It seems a little fancy to me. But if you want to do it,
what do you mean?
way...
I cut things out. How is that more fancy?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
So
can you make your terminal screen larger?
Oh yeah, sure.
Cool.
You mean my font?
Sure. Yes, your font.
There we go.
It's not very green, but that's fine.
Well, you have your preferences and I have my preferences. Okay.
Okay.
I just
want people to know we're serious while we're hacking these Windows computers.
Did you know that on your other computers that have like the super green font, I slightly doled out the greenness of the font because it was like burning my eyes, and you never noticed.
Tim, we're having a very, very serious talk about unauthorized access to other computers.
All right.
You
Moving
think
on.
you're some cool punker guy that's gonna punk me with my green font? Did you do
it's
it
just
on my
too
Linux?
intense. Yeah, I did.
Oh my god.
It's too intense. It's like so
Your
green.
eyes deserve to be
It
burned.
hurts.
All right. Well, we'll continue this discussion. Do you want to make a new script?
I mean this section right here.
Oh, you're not even connected, are you?
No.
No. Okay, then it doesn't matter.
But this section right here is the same. Unless you want me to retype it all,
No,
which I can do. Okay, so yeah, this just opens PowerShell, left enter. So right here. So at this point, we have PowerShell open in administrative mode. So yeah, basically we just need to take this.
How would a beginner know what part they need to copy, and what part?
They can copy the whole thing, but the thing is, this PowerShell command basically is just saying, open a new PowerShell window, and then execute this string. The taxi is command.
All right.
So yeah, it doesn't matter. Beginner can just copy the whole thing.
Okay.
And I'm all, yeah, I mean, whatever.
Just being fancy, Tim.
String. Is it okay that it's on more than one line like that?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
I'm gonna delay.
I don't know is what that means.
500. Enter. Delay. 500. What option did we want? Option 1?
Quick recon. Quick recon is not quick.
No, it's not. String, we're just going to do 1, and then delay. I'm just going to do 50.
Yeah.
And then enter. And that should be it, right?
Yeah, that should be it. Okay, so for those just joining us, we have from almost scratch created a Red Rabbit payload that should go ahead and download, run Red Rabbit, and then do a quick recon on this computer as soon as we plug it in. So yeah, let's run it. Let's go ahead and switch over to my computer, and we'll run this. And I'm going to also close out of anything that was open. Okay. You can see I'm doing research for the next one of these.
I'm still connecting to HackMe.
That's okay. I'm also going to close this.
Sorry, it's switched back to Foges only. I really need to tell it to stop doing that.
Yeah, well, it's just you have a strong affinity for Foges.
Also, HackMe doesn't appear to be...
you can spend all your time in your Foges only Clubhouse network.
There's no HackMe.
Sometimes you just gotta imagine HackMe harder while I rotate the microcontroller around in a circle and see if that helps. Just tell your computer to scan harder, bro.
I don't... What?
Just turn it off and turn it on. There you go. See? Look at that. There it is. I actually said that before I even saw it.
Oh my gosh. All right. Okay.
You know what my next step was going to be? Hit it.
Bang it.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right. Now let's reconnect. Reconnected and run.
Boom. Oh. Okay, here we go.
Oh.
Failed! Warning. Doesn't have the first part because it's trying to be too fancy.
Wait. I know what the problem is. I know exactly
you
what
did
the
it?
problem is.
Okay. Let's switch back to Tim's screen.
No. Just stay right there.
No. So go back to Tim's screen. I just want to see what you're changing. What are you changing? What was it?
I'm just going to put this in quote. Something about, should be in quotation marks.
Okay, so the URL should be in quotation marks.
Yeah, but it already was in quotation marks, but it didn't copy it in quotation marks. Actually, I'm going to change this to 5 seconds because I don't know how bad your internet is. Well, this should still be 50, but this, 5 seconds. Let's make it 3. Can we go back to
let's switch back to my screen. I'm going to close out of this evil window that popped up. And we're ready. PowerShell, administrator.
There we go.
Oh, we're in. Okay, cool. Still with the short fanciness. We've got, and then we're getting all sorts of information about my computer up and running. Cool. So, I mean, obviously the next step would be taking all this information and exfiltrating it. How are we doing on time? What are we at roughly? Do we have time to do that? Or, probably we do. Is there any way we could take this output or some sort of output? And
yeah, let's try doing that.
Yeah, this is easy. This was too easy almost.
Yeah, it's pretty fun is what it is.
Yeah, so what other Red Rabbit payloads could we possibly do?
Red Rabbit payloads?
Yeah.
Or do you want to try an exfiltration?
Do you have an exfiltration thing?
Oh, I found someone's on GitHub. Their PowerShell script.
Who is it?
Nishang.
Do they have a Twitter? Click on their thing.
All right, let's. Oh,
Warning,
I'm connected to HackMe.
Currently connected to a weapon, not internet.
What happened to my Foges only?
Oh no! Did you lose your special Foges network?
I think it went down.
That's too bad. I have no idea what that is.
Oh, there it is. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it just got.
Foges saved the day.
Okay. I wouldn't say that.
Well, I would.
I'm sure you would.
Okay, so.
Right.
Samra, hacker, InfoSec professional, PowerShell, and AD owner.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Put that up again. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
This is his.
Cool. Oh, and they have a. Can we click on that?
Yeah. Let's do it. Lab of a penetration tester.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, provided that this works, hopefully we don't embarrass you, then this looks like a cool
We're
project.
very sorry if we embarrass you.
Yeah, or maybe just make code that works. Let's try it. Let's try it.
Well, I don't know how forgot how long ago it was updated. Let's see.
Oh yeah, 17 months ago, 13 months ago. So this is 2 months ago. Wait, was that 2 months ago?
This one was on this is the PowerShell script that I found.
Oh, heck.
We'll whatever, we'll wing it.
Yeah.
If it fails, it fails. So see, I have to do this with everything because most people don't include how to do the fancy thing.
It looks like it hates
This script contains malicious content. Oh, I know how to get around this.
Okay, so if you're trying to follow along with us and you get this popping up, we were about to do this before, but we wanted to make sure that you following along could try to do these payloads too. This is how to disable all the security on your Windows computer.
Yes, the AMSI, or the anti-malware scan interface on PowerShell. This is how I get around it. It's using this. I mean, you'll have to look at this because I can't say this out loud. Secure
this shit.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean you couldn't say it out loud? Like you thought we couldn't cuss on the stream?
Oh no, I just didn't realize that it was actually words made out of numbers. Okay, so a lot of these, he has a bunch of different ones, as you can see. But the one that works for me is this, the AMSI scan buffer patch. So if we copy that, and then we
what the heck does
paste
it do?
it, and then we go back and do our previous command, it should work.
Hey, what did you just do? You bypassed what?
I bypassed the anti-malware scan interface.
What? Okay, so for beginners, what the hell is that?
It's a thing that blocks you from doing fun stuff on PowerShell.
What is it? Is that the technical term? What is it? Okay, so it scans code that's going to memory?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, what this is doing also, I think is worth mentioning, is if I remember from your earlier description, trying to put this code directly in memory rather than saving it to disk to avoid triggering like other antivirus.
Right. Well, that's just the IEX or the invoke. I think it's invoke expression. That's what this does. And also the new object download string. The new object download string basically downloads something into memory, and then the IEX executes it.
Okay, and so
that doesn't necessarily provoke the anti-malware scan interface, depending on what you're downloading.
Right, but if you were downloading something malicious and trying to load it into memory, that's the mechanism that's supposed to catch you doing that particular type of attacker behavior.
Yeah, well, but also the anti-malware scan interface prevents you from doing a bunch of other different kinds of stuff.
And you just disabled it in one line.
I mean, it was many lines, but in one copy-paste statement, yes.
Okay, well...
But to be fair, this probably won't work forever because Windows is constantly updating their stuff. So most of the other options on that page were deprecated, and this one, in all probability, will be soon as well. So people have to keep coming up with ways to get around it.
Great. So this is, as of today, though, still actively working.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. All right. So far, we've bypassed the anti-malware. Go on.
Yes. So I tried executing the exfiltration PowerShell script, and nothing happened.
What?
I might not be using it right. Just like a nope. Okay, let's try this. Do exfiltration. Let's see. So yeah, using is one of his examples. Exfil option. I think we're gonna do paste bin. Okay, let's try. Exfil option. Paste bin.
Paste pub.
Paste bin.
Paste bin.
Oh my gosh. Am I doing this right? Let's see.
Error. Cannot convert value to type stream. Maybe put in quotes. That sucks.
Okay. I have a feeling I'm just not using it right.
Maybe this is a dumb suggestion, but could you just like get it to open a browser window that is already going to Pastebin, paste your shit in there, and then just press the button that creates the paste?
You mean through Duckyscript?
Yeah.
I'm sure I could, yeah. You want to just do that?
Yeah, let's just do that.
Okay. Let's do that. That's so dumb, but okay. All right, so do we have a like specific thing in mind we want to exfiltrate? Or do we want to just exfiltrate?
Look, let's cat the contents of a file.
Okay. Okay, how do I know where the file's going to be from the Duckyscript?
On the desktop, you can just open any... we can just open it like a test file or whatever.
Okay.
I mean, in reality, we could just open any file we wanted.
Let me pretend I'm the thing real quick.
You can you open a browser window from PowerShell?
Yeah, I mean, I could just go like... Wait, I thought we were doing this through Duckyscript. Like,
Yeah.
you could literally just open Chrome.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying the Duckyscript opens PowerShell. Sorry, opens the browser. Sorry, the Duckyscript opens PowerShell, which opens the browser.
Why not just have it open the browser?
Whatever. I thought you might be able to do a one line that would go to like a specific...
Wait, why is the best match for Chrome MDM DNS?
Maybe you should use Firefox.
I don't think I have Firefox. I do have
Preposterous.
Firefox.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Da-da-da-da. We don't need to open PowerShell. We can just do string Firefox and then delay 500 and then enter. Then what do we do? Enter. How do I tell it to go to a place?
Well, for one, you could open it with PowerShell and it would already go there. But if you didn't want to follow that suggestion, you could probably maybe press tab. There. That, however many times that was. That's how many times you have to press tab. It's going to be...
I don't know how many times that is.
I think we should just open... Hold on. I'm literally just go to a URL in PowerShell.
Yeah, I should literally do it. I've just never like.
Oh god, I did
been
not
no
want you to go to
reason.
my screen, but okay. There are at least 4 ways to open web address. There's no connecting words there. That's not looking good. Do any of these look...
Oh, let's just try that. Let's see if that works.
All right, switch back to Tim's. This website looks like it's from the 90s.
So let's pretend we're going here. Okay, clear out of all that. Hey, that was so easy.
Oh my god, cool. All right, I'm glad that my idea was the best. So then from here...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Oh my god.
There, I think it was 25.
Okay, let's try it.
Okay.
Here, do you want me to plug in the Wi-Fi duct to yours for this one?
How am I supposed to? How in
Heck, you're right. Okay,
yeah.
fine.
Remember the problem we had?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm just gonna do the repeat 25. Okay, so let's go back to
Oh, that's a smart
Wi-Fi
code.
duct.
Yeah.
Delay 500.
Delay a little more than that.
No, we don't want to do that. We're gonna go to do PowerShell. Remember?
Oh yeah. Whoa, no.
String start delay 50. Whoa. Oh, it already says enter. Okay, then we're gonna wait for the thing to open, so let's wait 2 seconds. And then tab, and then what is it, repeat?
Yeah.
Repeat. 25.
Give it more time for it to load though. Maybe 5 seconds.
Okay. Delay 50.
And then have it type a string.
Yeah.
Success. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and test this on mine. Let's switch over to my screen.
Let me go to HackMe.
Get off your Foges network. Get it down off your high Foge, someone might say.
As long as there's no lipers, that's all that matters.
All right, we're connected. Oh no, you're still waiting to be connected.
I'm connected.
Cool. All right. Whoa, whoa. All right, we're in administrator. Whoa, what's this? How do you want to open this? You didn't specify the browser. It looks like there's another enter that has to be done.
Okay.
Heck. I'm going to escape out of this, and we'll rerun. All right, ready to try?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Trying again. Oh. Oh, what is...
Can you not press enter? If you press enter, does it work?
Tab, enter. Tab, enter.
Okay, okay.
All right, let's go back to Tim's screen for a sec. No, get out of here. All right, so this is how we rapidly iterate through prototypes. Like we have to be able to basically like observe the result, see whether or not it works, and quickly
Wait,
change
tab, enter together?
No. First tab, then enter.
Okay. Oh, don't need to say that like that. Okay.
All right.
Run
so
it.
Switch over to mine. Quick. Okay, cool. All right, we're back at the part we had a problem. Oh, and it works. Okay, now we have
now
25 tabs. Yeah!
It works!
Okay,
Nice.
okay, cool. So that was so ridiculous.
25 tabs.
Okay, I think that's it. So today we've gone through a lot of different stuff. We've made our own incredibly ghetto script for getting together the input. To export some data from a computer into Pastebin. We haven't actually saved the Pastebin file, but we could very easily do that if we wanted to. The point here is that the Wi-Fi Duck is a super fun tool for being able to quickly write your own payloads. Today we've worked on some Windows ones, some really cool one-liner ones, and we've even found some ones that are able to bypass the anti-malware on a computer and run things into memory that you absolutely shouldn't be able to run, all delivered from this maybe like $10 worth of electronics here that are soldered together on a nice little PCB that Stefan makes available for anyone who wants to make their own. So if you want to check this out, you can look at Stefan's GitHub. It is super awesome, and there's lots of different uses for this. I think we'll probably try to do maybe some more payloads if you guys like this. So if you do like this,
they're fun to make.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. If you have any suggestions, you can hit me up on Twitter at Kody Kinsey. Tim, your Twitter is
Tim51092.
Tim51092. And yeah, if you like this, also subscribe to the SecurityFWD YouTube channel. You will be alerted every time we go live, although it's going to be on Tuesdays and Fridays. And yeah, we hope that you guys like this and will join us more often because we have a lot of fun